What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today we cover the patch 4.04 changes. We have, for example, a buff on Omen, nerf on Astra, massive changes on Icebox, and much more. So let's get right into it. First up, with the agent updates. There's a general update here. They improved the system used to place abilities at targeted ground locations, and this update should make it easier to find some good placements for, you know, tight spaces, like if you want to teleport with Omen so that you don't end up in an unintended location or your Viper's Pit and so on. The abilities affected are Omen Shrouded Step, Viper's Pit, Chamber's Trademark and Rendezvous, every Killjoy ability, Yoru's Gate Crash and Sage's Barrier Orb. Next up we have Omen. Omen, he kind of felt like a niche pick, or, you know, out of the meta now, and Riot decided, man, we want some love for Omen, so bam, they buffed him. They changed Dark Cover, cooldown decreased 40 seconds to 30 seconds, cost increased from 100 to 150, projectile speed increased from 2,800 to 6,400. That's very fast. So already we can see that's a massive buff to Omen. Shrouded Step, cost decrease from 150 to 100, and pre-teleport delay decreased from 1 second to 0.7 seconds. Paranoia added a forward spawn offset so that players adjacent to Omen are not hit, meaning that when you push in with Omen you don't get that accidental blind and your push is now ruined. Next up is Brimstone. Sky Smoke deploy time decreased from 2 seconds to 1 second. Deploy radius increased from 5,000 to 5,500, and smoke height increased to match other controllers. This is massive, because not only are the smokes going down like boom faster, but also you can be further away to support, you can support just more locations, and bigger smokes means that you're gonna be able to use Brimstone on bigger maps like Breeze or Icebox. Then we also have the Steam Beacon, now also applies a 15% speed boost in addition to rapid fire. And that's a nice small touch, because now when you want to go in with Brimstone you have the rapid fire, bam, also 15% more movement speed, and that's great for rushes, especially in the pistol rounds. And now here comes a nice nerf to Astra. And I know a lot of people have been complaining about Astra. I feel like let's start with the stars. Max stars reduced from 5 to 4. Cooldown on retrieving a star increased from 14 to 25. Astra can now pick up place stars during the buy phase to refund their charge immediately. Max distance of star placement increased from 10,000 to 30,000 to allow her to place stars across the furthest corners of the map. Next up, Gravity Wall. Cooldown increased from 25 to 45. Gravity Wall size decreased from 525 to 475. Gravity Wall no longer affects anyone fully underneath the Gravity Wall either. Nova Pulse. Cooldown increased from 25 to 45, and Nova Pulse no longer affects anyone fully underneath the Nova Pulse. Nebula. Nebula cooldown increased from 14 to 25. Nebula cooldowns are now sequential instead of simultaneous. And Nebula size increased from 410 to 475. Astral Form. While in Astral Form, pings are no longer blocked by level geometry that Astra cannot see. Astra's targeting ring in Astral Form is reduced to one ring that affects the now unified size of all her utility. Astra's targeting ring no longer randomly disappears when aiming across some map locations. Increase the speed of the overlay that covers Astra's screen when transitioning in and out of Astral Form. Fixed an issue where stars were placed slightly above the location Astra was targeting, and I feel like those changes to Astra are massive. They are great because, yeah, she's not gonna be used everywhere by everyone, and instead she's gonna be more specialized, which I think is great, and it allows more light to other characters like Brimstone, for example. Next up we have Viper. She's nerfed as well. Fuel drain increased by 50% when Toxic Screen and Poison Cloud are both active. Viper's fuel bar now turns red when she does not have enough fuel to activate her abilities. Then we have Toxic Screen. Cooldown after deactivating increased from 6 to 8. Cooldown timer now starts when her smokes starts dissipating instead of when the deactivation telegraph plays. Deactivation delay decreased from 1 to 0.8. Toxic Screen now has yellow lights that indicate when it's on cooldown. They removed the delay on Toxic Screen, disabling when Viper is suppressed. Added a unique voiceover line that plays when her smokes are disabled by suppress as well. So that's great for us to know, at least as teammates to Viper. Poison Cloud. Cooldown after deactivating increased from 6 to 8. Cooldown timer now starts when her smokes. Cooldown timer now starts when her smokes dissipate instead of when the deactivation telegraph plays. Deactivation delay decreased from 1 to 0.8. Poison orb now has a yellow light to indicate when the poison is on cooldown. Remove the delay of poison orb, disabling when Viper is suppressed. Added a unique voiceover line to play when her smoke is disabled by suppress. Then last but not least, Snakebite. Duration decreased from 6.5 to 5.5 seconds. Next up we have Yoru. This one is super nice. I've been excited for Yoru's rework and we're gonna play him sometimes and try some 900 IQ plays. And here are the changes for his rework. Charges reduced from 2 to 1. Decoy HP 150. Decoy is now a full running version of Yoru and can only be sent running forward. Right click to place a stationary marker for the decoy. Reactivate similarly to footsteps to create a decoy that runs forward. Upon taking damage from an enemy gun, the decoy winds up, turns towards the enemy that shot it, and explodes after a short delay. Enemies within the cone are flashed as well. Then we have Gate Crash. Charges increased from 1 to 2. Cooldown charge refresh removed. Switched back to 2 kill reset. Gate Crash can be faked by pressing F while hovering over the beacon. Fake teleport will play an audio and portal visuals as if Yoru is attempting to teleport. Time it takes for teleport beacon has decreased by 1.5 to 0.5 seconds. Teleport beacon's in-game audio while traveling reduced from 22.5 meters to 12.5 meters. Much more stealthy. Teleport beacon speed has been increased from 675 to 800. Upon activating a fake teleport, the beacon creates a small decal on the floor for about 30 seconds to indicate the location of the fake teleport. Then we have Dimensional Drift. Duration increased from 8 to 10 seconds. Yoru is not revealed to the enemies. Unequipped delay increased from 0.6 to 1.2 seconds. Yoru is now able to cast all utility out of his ultimate, meaning that he can flash, he can fake, he can do all these crazy things. But keep in mind his unequipped delay time is increased. Yoru's footsteps can now be heard within 15 meters of Yoru's location. Cast delay added upon casting Dimensional Drift, preventing the invulnerability frame on cast. And next up we have some map updates. Here we have Ascent. I didn't get an image for this, but the B orb can now be taken from the lower box instead of having to double jump and get back, get up on the box. And then for Icebox, I'm just gonna post all the changes here. And if you wanna check out the comments that the devs made, we have that linked in the description. And now last but not least, there's a new comp update where Riot is testing a new deterministic map system in Latin America, and they do that in order to see that they can increase the variety in maps played. Deterministic map selection follows 3 rules when picking a map. After players have been selected to play a match, the system will look at all maps players have played over the last 5 maps of that mode. The system will remove any maps that a player has played twice in the past 5 maps, and the system will pick the least played map. If all maps have been removed due to the twice played rule, those maps will be added back to the pool and the least played map will be picked. And then there's some bug fixes, but yeah, link in the description if you want a full patch note list. Thanks so much for watching the video. Make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button and also the notification bell. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.